Estevao steals the show. Chelsea dismantled 10-man Barcelona 3-0 in Stamford Bridge statement victory. What's up, football fans? Welcome back to Naijahotstars TV, your #1 source for in-depth football analysis and the hottest takes in the beautiful game. If you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exclusive match breakdowns and tactical deep dives. Today, we're bringing you a comprehensive analysis of last night's absolutely explosive Champions League clash between Chelsea and Barcelona at Stamford Bridge. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It had drama, controversy, world-class goals, and a teenage sensation who announced himself on the biggest stage. I'm your host, Gray Thompson, and let's get straight into it. In a clash that promised fireworks between two of Europe's most exciting attacking sides, Chelsea delivered a clinical masterclass to demolish Barcelona 3-0 at Stamford Bridge, with teenage sensation Estevão announcing himself on the Champions League stage in devastating fashion. The match that had everything. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. An own goal from Jules Koundé opened the scoring in the 27th minute, before Ronald Araujo's 44th minute red card changed the complexion of the tie. Estevao's spectacular solo effort in the 55th minute and Liam Delap's strike in the 73rd sealed a comprehensive triumph that propels Chelsea into the top 5 of the Champions League standings with 10 points. The turning point, Araujo's moment of madness. The game's decisive moment came just before halftime when Barcelona captain Ronald Araujo received his second yellow card for a reckless challenge on Marc Cucurella. Having already been cautioned for dissent toward the referee, the Uruguayan's loss of composure proved catastrophic for Hansi Flick's side, who were already trailing and now faced 45-plus minutes with a numerical disadvantage. Let's be clear, this was a tactical disaster for Barcelona. Araujo had been struggling throughout the first half and picked up his first booking for arguing with officials after a foul on Lamine Yamal wasn't given. His subsequent lunge at Cucurella showed a shocking lack of discipline for a player wearing the captain's armband. The controversy here? Some will argue the first yellow was soft, but there's no debate about the second. It was reckless, late, and deserved. This will fuel discussions about Barcelona's temperament in high-pressure European matches. Estevão, the future is now. If you weren't already convinced Chelsea secured one of world football's brightest prospects, you are now. Estevão produced a moment of brilliance in the 55th minute, beating Pau Cubarsí with devastating skill before unleashing a fierce strike into the roof of the net, a goal that will be replayed for years. The 18-year-old Brazilian didn't just score, he tormented Barcelona's defense all evening with his explosive dribbling and intelligent movement. With 4 goals and 1 assist in 16 appearances this season, Estevão has already demonstrated he can influence high-level matches. But this performance against elite opposition was his welcome to the big-time moment. Here's the talking point. Is Estevão versus Lamine Yamal the next great individual rivalry in European football? Tonight, the Chelsea teenager decisively won round 1. While Yamal showed flashes, the Barcelona prodigy's 31 goals and 42 assists in 118 appearances remind us he's more established. But Estevao's raw explosiveness and directness posed problems Barcelona simply couldn't solve. Tactical breakdown, Maresca's masterclass. Enzo Maresca got every decision right. Chelsea's shape without the ball was disciplined. Their transitions were razor-sharp, and they exploited Barcelona's notorious high defensive line with brutal efficiency. Chelsea's strengths, counter-attacking precision, with Estevão, Alejandro Garnacho, and Pedro Neto providing width and pace. Chelsea repeatedly sliced through Barcelona's advanced defensive line. Midfield dominance. Enzo Fernandez orchestrated play brilliantly, including one outrageous through ball that nearly carved Barcelona open. Defensive resilience. Despite Barcelona's possession dominance before the red card, Robert Sanchez and Chelsea's backline stood firm. Chelsea's weakness. Clinical finishing earlier could have made this 5-0. Chelsea had 2 goals disallowed for offside and handball in the first half, suggesting some positional sloppiness that better teams might exploit. Barcelona's nightmare. Where it all went wrong. This was a chastening night for the Catalan Giants, who arrived in London full of confidence after thrashing Athletic Bilbao 4-0 at the newly renovated Camp Nou. Barcelona's weaknesses exposed. Defensive fragility. Barcelona hadn't kept a clean sheet in 11 games before the Athletic match, and their vulnerability was ruthlessly exposed again. Discipline breakdown. Beyond Araujo's red card, Barcelona's composure crumbled under pressure. Missing key players. Pedri's absence was keenly felt, while Rafinha was only deemed fit enough to come off the bench after recent injury concerns. Barcelona's strengths, when they could show them. Ferran Torres had a glaring early miss when unmarked in front of goal, a moment that could have changed everything. Lamine Yamal showed flashes of his prodigious talent, but he was isolated and overwhelmed as the game progressed. Historical echoes, ghosts of Stamford Bridge. This fixture drips with history, and tonight added another dramatic chapter. The rivalry between these clubs has been defined by red cards, refereeing controversies, and moments of great skill. 2009, the infamous Champions League semi-final where Chelsea were denied multiple penalty appeals in what many still call one of the most controversial matches in European football history. Didier Drogba's post-match fury became iconic. 2012. Fernando Torres' stoppage-time strike sealed Chelsea's incredible comeback at Camp Nou, with the Blues advancing 3-2 on aggregate despite playing with 10 men, after John Terry's red card and surviving a Lionel Messi penalty miss. That victory paved Chelsea's path to their first Champions League triumph. Tonight, Chelsea exercised more demons. There's a delicious irony in Jules Koundé, who famously snubbed Chelsea for Barcelona in 2022, scoring an own goal to gift the Blues their opener. What it means for the season. For Chelsea, this crucial victory elevates Chelsea into the top 5 with 10 points, firmly positioning them for automatic qualification to the knockout rounds. More importantly, it's a psychological statement. Maresca's young squad can compete with European royalty. Their second-place position in the Premier League suddenly looks sustainable with this kind of European momentum. For Barcelona, crisis talks beckon. Both sides arrived sitting outside the Champions League top 8 in 11th and 12th, respectively, desperately needing a statement result. Barcelona got the opposite. Hansi Flick's side now faced genuine pressure to secure knockout qualification, with their defensive frailties alarmingly exposed. Controversial talking points to fuel the debate. 1. Was Araujo's first yellow too harsh? It'll divide opinion, but his petulance was inexcusable regardless. 2. Did Ferran Torres cost Barcelona the match? His shocking early miss when unmarked in front of goal could have put Barcelona ahead and changed the entire trajectory of the match. Instead, Chelsea took control. 3. Is this the real Barcelona? Barcelona have scored in 24 consecutive Champions League matches, producing 67 goals across that run, with 96 goals in their last 20 Champions League outings, an average of 4.8 per game. Tonight's shutout raises questions about whether their attack-heavy approach leaves them vulnerable against elite opposition. 4. Estevao versus Yamal. Who's the better teenage prodigy? Tonight's performance against Chelsea fans' ammunition, but this rivalry is just beginning. The verdict. Chelsea were superior in every department. Their tactical execution was sharper, their game management more mature, and when their moment of magic was needed, Estevao delivered. Barcelona's collapse, tactical, disciplinary, and psychological, was shocking for a team of their stature. Pre-match, Maresca called Barcelona spectacular and praised how they do a lot of things very well. Tonight, he proved his Chelsea side does things even better when it matters most. This wasn't just revenge for past heartbreaks, it was a changing of the guard. Chelsea's young stars aren't just promising, they're delivering on the biggest stage. Barcelona's aging vulnerabilities, meanwhile, are becoming impossible to ignore. Final score, Chelsea 3-0 Barcelona. The Blues are back in Europe's elite conversation. Barcelona? They've got serious questions to answer. And there you have it, folks. Chelsea absolutely demolished Barcelona in what was one of the most dominant performances we've seen at Stamford Bridge this season. Estevão is a superstar in the making, and if you're not paying attention to this kid, you need to start right now. Barcelona, on the other hand, have some serious soul-searching to do if they want to compete at this level. What's your take on the match? Was Araujo's red card justified? Is Estevao already better than Lamine Yamal? Do you think Barcelona can bounce back from this humiliation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Share this with your football-loving friends because we've got so much more content coming your way. Until next time, keep the passion alive, keep supporting your team, and remember, football is more than just a game, it's a way of life. Peace out.